welcome back to Welsh Miniature Board Gamer, and today we're going to do an unboxing and review of Fallout Wastelands Warfare by Bethesda and Modiphius. Now this is the two-player starter set. Now this isn't my usual sort of unboxing and review because I have already unboxed this game, but unfortunately the file was corrupted, so I'm going to have to do it again showing you what I've done. But I've already punched out all the cardboard, etc., so you can see that as well. I'm using a new camera, so tell me what you think of the camera work, if you think it's better than my previous videos or unboxings, or worse, or whatever, or any tips, go ahead. So as I said, this is Fallout Wasteland Warfare two-player starter set. And if you're anything like me, you love the Fallout games, so this seemed like a no-brainer when I went out and bought it. So first of all, nice cover art, very sort of thematic and looking like it could belong to the computer games. So we have, first of all, the Fallout Wastelands Warfare Campaign Handbook. So this is for sort of carrying on your games for the story rather than like as a competitive like game. So these are linking all of the missions together, etc., and those bits in between missions. Now it's nicely laid out, it's got full colour pictures, etc. As you can see, it's quite glossy, the magazine, so they're quite nice quality. And it shows you what everything is and how to play a narrative campaign more. This has got 50 pages in this book. Then we got the Fallout Wastelands Warfare Rules of Play. So this is the actual rules for how to play the game. And again, lovely looking cover art. You know, and it all looks very in keeping. Even some nice little how to put their miniatures together, which is nice, and how to paint them up if you want them to look like their miniatures. And if you've got the skills of their painters, which is a big thing. But yeah, again, it's nicely laid out, etc. So as a bit of a review as I'm going through these books, I'm going to say that the gameplay is a bit awkward, a bit clunky. There's a dice for everything and a token for everything. Now getting acclimated, that's the word I'm trying to say. This is a booklet, like, so you can do a playthrough as you learn. But as I was saying, the rules are not easy and they seem very randomly put together, kind of. It's sort of, there's a dice for everything, there's a token for everything, there's a symbol for everything, there's, you know, it's just too much. It could have been a lot easier done, and it would have been a much more enjoyable game, I think, if it had been easier done. Saying that, like this map here, we'll get two of these maps, and all the components in this box set are really nice and well made. But unfortunately, I think the rules really kind of let it down, especially if you wanted to play this sort of one player, which is kind of why I got this. It's very clunky, and I was hoping for a game much more Rangers of Shadow rules wise, you know, something that would be quite easy to put, you know, play and do without too much hassle. So these are all the cards you get in the box set, like so. Now, me saying that about the rules, I could be very much wrong. It could be a lot easier than it looks. I have read through the rules, I have seen playthroughs of it, and I think I might be right, unfortunately. I think it is a bit too clunky, but if you're anything like me, you're buying it really for the miniatures, and you'll probably put it to a different rule set at the end. So these are the cards for the creatures. So that's the alien, that's Nora, that's the settler, tech, dog meat, mutant hounds, super mutants, the brute, the aviator, and the death claw. And of course, Brotherhood of Steel power armor. And then these are all the behaviour cards, etc., to play the game. But this is kind of showing you what I mean by this. Some, you know, token and a card and a rule for everything, and it's kind of a little bit over the top. So these are the dice. Now, I think the reason why they got a lot of these rules and weird dice, etc., is because I think they might be tying it into the Modiphius Fallout role-playing game. I could be wrong on that, but I think I'm right. And I think they're tying the two in, and I think maybe they made a bit of a mistake there. Don't worry about these empty slots, they're just where the miniatures were. I've painted them, so I didn't really want to put them back in here and scratch them. You could. They will fit quite tightly, but I don't really scuff the bases. So this is what I mean by 101 tokens. There's a token for everything, and yes, it's not for the faint-hearted, this game, I don't think. It's not like, you know, a game that I would suggest for anyone starting out looking for a miniature war game to play. You know, maybe if you've got a friend who's played it, get them to teach you how to play it, and it might be a lot easier. So, the miniatures. The reason why I bought this game. So all the baddies come in this green sort of coloured. It's PVC plastic, so it's slightly bendy. Don't know if you can see bending the arms a bit there. So you can use hot water to bend the back, etc. This is the only miniature I haven't actually painted in the box set. I'm a bit intimidated by him, to be honest, but yeah, I will be painting him up, and he's a really nice looking model. There's quite a bit of detail on him actually, and he does look like the death claws from the computer game. So then, speaking of baddies, we have these green, so they're bads. So this is a super mutant with his gun, and I think he looks pretty damn good, and I'm really glad I bought them just for the miniatures. This game, to be honest, that's a really nice looking miniature. The features are a bit flat, but still, they're nice. They're nice miniatures. They're really nice miniatures. And one with a sledgehammer, like so. And this is my paint scheme. You know, yours might be better, yours might be worse, whatever. But you know, just to give you an idea of what they might look like once you painted them up. The hounds. And then get over to some of the humans. So the humans were on a grey plastic, as opposed to so you can tell them apart straight away if you didn't want to paint them. So this is one of the settlers. Oh, just so that you can see the size difference. That's a super mutant next to a standard settler. So as you can see, there's quite a difference, which is cool. So there, that's him. And then you got, I think the enslaved tech, I think he was, but basically just a wasteland raider or something you could have him as. Settler. Looks like she could be taken straight from the Minutemen. And then Nora, the lone survivor. Like I said, the miniatures are nice, but yeah, they're not the greatest, sharpest quality, but they are nice. And these are plastic. This is the alien. I could never actually find him in the computer game. I found his spaceship, but I could never actually find him. And here's Dogmeat, our trusted companion. Again, the details are slightly soft. I would like them to have been a bit harder so that I could have dry brushed him a bit better, but he'll do. And the coolest dude in the box, the old Brotherhood of Steel power armor. That must be said, that they have some beautiful power armor, and it looks really cool, like so. So my thoughts on the game: the components are brilliant. It's good value for money, in my opinion. But the actual rules let the game down. There's just too many dice, too many tokens, too much looking up everything, and yeah, it was such a shame. But I am going to use all of these, like, I'll probably use some of the tokens for other games. I'll definitely use the miniatures and maybe do some of my own rules for them. Maybe using Rangers of Shadow Deep or some other game system, and see if I can get it playing as I want it to play. So that's my review and unboxing of Fallout Wasteland Warfare by Modiphius and Bethesda. So until next time, it's going to be goodbye from me, Welsh Miniature Ball Gamer.